What's good, y'all? It's your guy Bendu. So the fraud squad saga continues as well as the AOC saga. It's kind of like, the squad and AOC are like the Avengers of fuckery. Like AOC gets her own solo film, and then they all come together as the squad of fuckery. But yeah. So Ilhan Omar went on MSDNC to Mehdi Hassan show, I believe, or his internet show, whatever the fuck he does. But and he brought up the fact about the left's critique on how they handled the whole $15 minimum wage argument and everything. And of course, just like all of her squad counterparts, Ilhan Omar decides to go and bullshit, gaslight, and obfuscate and literally say nothing at all through her whole explanation. And it's kind of fascinating how, they're not even they're picking up the skills and traits of their piece of shit, corrupt leadership and Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Joe Biden, except 2 out of the 3 actually have fucking dementia. So when they bullshit and obfuscate, it's because they literally cannot remember the real bullshit and obfuscation they were just going to say, and they just hop on the mic and just like say random shit. Sometimes they even sound like they're beatboxing, especially when Nancy Pelosi like. I would honestly probably sit through Nancy Pelosi beatboxing and literally just heard the whole time. But yeah, so she somehow managed to bullshit through this whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and play the clip for you guys here, and then I'm going to come back and get my commentary on it.
Just to shift to the big picture, it was reported by Politico that you were part of a Congressional Progressive Caucus delegation that recently met with White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain. What asks did you make? And what do you say to your critics on the left who say progressives in Congress like yourself, the squad, the CPC, haven't pushed Biden hard enough on issues like the $15 minimum wage, universal health care, the filibuster?
I mean, it is because that we have been pushing really that the American Rescue Plan is deemed to be the most progressive policy in decades. We certainly understand that there was a failed strategy, not by the progressives in Congress, because we put $15 in the package, by the administration. I think their early signaling that could be negotiated out, and it might not stick as part of the final package, really, I think, endangered the ability for us to pass $15. And so when we were in that meeting, we pushed for a strategy to get $15 minimum wage. We pushed for a strategy to pass the agenda that the administration ran on, that the Democrats agree on, whether it is passing sensible gun laws, dealing with our immigration crisis, and all of the things that we all care about. What we walked away from that conversation with is an understanding that there is a limited window of opportunity for us to push these pieces of legislation. There are members in the Senate within the Democratic Party that are certainly not there yet on the priority pieces of legislation that we have. And it's going to be up to the administration to come up with a strategy to push them, because progressives in the House are constantly told to get in line and to push policies that are going to have an impact on people's lives. That's what those Democrats in the Senate need to be told, and that's what's going to take.
Jesus Christ, man. You just had to you really have to sit back and just marvel at, the amount of bullshit that all of these squad members can just like toss into one sentence. Like I said, they're learning very well from their Democratic leadership. And she had everything in there, from blaming the voters, saying they need to do more, to blaming the do nothing Senate, to cover for the do nothing Congress, like everything in there that was just bullshit word salads that literally go nowhere. Like literally their sentences are like what Nancy Pelosi's actual thoughts are. Absolutely nothing. That's what all those sentences meant. Absolutely nothing. That was excuses, excuse after excuse for why they couldn't get this thing done. Something that Biden ran on, something that is a highly popular issue in the country. This is fucking ridiculous, man. This is bullshit. Richard Medhurst talks about this a lot. Like literally, politicians resign over less than this in other countries. And I find that interesting that he says that, and it kind of adds to my theory about how, you know, America's political spectrum is out of whack. Everything from how we define people and their political ideology, all the way to how we deal with, you know, our elected officials and everything when they don't do what they say they're going to do. So, but just to dig in a little bit there, so their strategy was to just sit back and hope Joe Biden and the Democrats do the right thing. The 8 people who voted against the minimum wage, hope they do the right thing. Like, that's literally like hoping for the Republicans to do the right thing. It's never going to fucking happen. And then it's like, and then on top of that, it's kind of infuriating when, you know, they want credit for little minor shit like, oh, we put the bill in the package and, you know, well, guess what? 8 of your fucking counterparts didn't vote for it. So guess what? When the buck stopped at you to basically confirm the bill through, because it had to go back through the House in order for it to get passed and everything with, I think, like the alterations and everything. But like, you guys, again, could have withheld your vote on this must pass bill and force them to vote on a minimum wage. That is what it is. And it's like, you know, what they don't want to tell you is they're afraid of getting negative media press because she's not going to be able to go on MSDNC like she is right now on Mehdi Hassan's show. They're going to get scolded and shitted on by CNN. But guess what? The people are going to be on your side. David Sirota literally said they will be rock stars if they were to do that, and he would be correct. But they're afraid to because they know it's going to damage their careers. They know they're going to piss off Democratic leadership, and if they piss off Democratic leadership, they're going to get pulled from their committee assignments. So if they just go along, they'll stay on their committee assignments, right? Wrong. AOC and Katie Porter just got taken off of their fucking committee seats, and AOC was definitely playing ball. Voted for Pelosi, as y'all know I covered in a previous video. Her opponent that was fighting for the seat, you know, against her, actually did her strategy in the past, and Nancy Pelosi feared her using that strategy again and pulled AOC's ass off of that fucking committee assignment. And Katie Porter's whole situation was her beefing with fucking piece of shit Maxine Waters. A lot of people like to call her Queen Maxine. Fuck her and everything about her. She's a fucking piece of shit. Just like Jim Clyburn, whatever the fuck his name is, man. But she got pulled off of her seat because her and Maxine Waters was beefing. So it's like, you know, you guys are you're afraid. You're cowards. And it's like, look, let us, you don't have to let us know because we see right the fuck through you. We know what it is with you. So it's like, at this point, you know, we need to be holding them accountable, not, oh, well, you know, they're trying. Look, they put it in a bill. You have to give them credit. No, you don't get credit for that. You don't get credit for that, bro. You're not helping people at the end of the day. And it's like, literally the strategies we're telling you to use, Kirsten Sinema, Joe Manchin, fucking bitch ass Chris Coons, Tom Carper, all those 8 Democratic senators that voted against the minimum wage, they're using the strategy you should be using. They're threatening to hold up the bill with the power they have. You have the power to stop that bill to get whatever the fuck you want in there. And Joe Biden is going to roll right along with it, or suffer the consequences of, you know, not having the bill pass. And when it comes due for the midterms, it's all on you, bro, because we're going to get reelected because they saw us fighting for the shit that you campaigned on and you backtracked on. So this is just more bullshit, of course. And honestly, it further highlights this whole dumbass, you know, pie in the sky narrative that you can reform the Democratic Party. You know, oh, we'll vote for Biden and push him left. Guess what? That's not working. They're not pushing him left. Joe Biden's going further right than Donald Trump in some cases. And then on top of that, for some people with Trump's stimulus and Biden's stimulus, there are a decent amount of people who got more help under Trump than Biden. That's insane. Nobody's talking about that at all, except for indie people like me, you know, and a couple other journalists and everything. But like that's insane. So it's like that pushing that she's talking about in there, like to push the administration to, you know, work on their, you know, to follow through on their campaign promises. Well, guess what? You can't rely on them to do the right thing. That is when you have to come in, exercise your power to make them do it. And this is what happens when you run in the Democratic Party. You get swallowed up into the party and you protect the party. She even like talks about in here like how the fucking, you know, the American act, Biden's act was like progressive. They were all touting that shit when it first passed. Oh, this is so progressive. And literally it handcuffed them and stopped them from actually criticizing. Like she can't black out on Biden right now because she already congratulated him on his progressive policy. So she can't black out on him right now like she should be. And again, I'm going to close it out here. This is what happens when you try this, you know, reforming the Democratic Party thing. It doesn't work. And I know people, you know, people have their problems with, you know, like the People's Party. I have my problems with them and everything. But it's like, this is why we need a third party, whether it's the People's Party or some other shit that we start. I'm for any third party options, viable options. Shit, I might vote for Kanye at this point. It's like, nah, I might not vote for that nigga. That nigga been bugging, B. Like, yo, and it's like, she even goes on, she does the whole Nancy Pelosi thing where she just lists shit like, oh, the gun, we need gun legislation, listing all the problems we have, but offering no strategy or solutions to force the people with power to force their hand to do something about it. So Ilhan Omar, you walked away with nothing. There's no like Easter egg that AOC was talking about. There's no window of opportunity that she's talking about here. Your windows keep fucking opening. You know, I don't know how many windows you're going to keep fucking waiting for. Like, I'm pretty sure they're almost out. You're not, and I promise you that you're not going to fight to get through that window either. So it's like, I don't know what, you know, I know what this is. This is bullshit. This is corruption. So, I'm going to go ahead and close the video out there, guys. As always, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and share the videos, man. You know, it does a lot. It helps the channel a lot. If you're watching on Odyssey, hit that flame emoji, hit that thumbs up emoji. And if you can, not saying that you have to, but if you could donate a couple library tokens, it really helps support the show. You know, support independent media, and I really appreciate it, guys. But I just appreciate everything y'all do. Definitely keep commenting, because I'm going to be doing a comment show this Friday, and stay tuned for Saturday because I'm going to be doing a live stream as well. I might do it sometime in the afternoon, so look out for that. Actually, I might do it in the evening. I don't know yet. I'll tweet out, you know, and post on IG what time I'm going to be doing a live stream, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace. Easy.